Hi, I'm Emily, a stylist at New Reflection Salon in Minnesota. Today I'm going to show you a setting technique to create thicker looking hair. To start, I'm going to shampoo my hair first to create a blank slate for styling. So now that my hair is shampooed, I'm going to apply my product. I'm going to start with the Brilliant Damage Control, applying this all over my hair. This one is going to provide a heat protectant since we're going to be using the blow dryer today. I just want to make sure that I get that one all over my hair. I'm also going to do the Thickening Tonic, which is going to instantly thicken my hair. You want to make sure that this one gets all over your hair as well. I'm also going to comb it through to ensure even saturation. Once I get this part done, I'm going to rough dry my hair to get rid of some of the moisture. That way when we get ready to round brush, it will be easier to get the brush through. All right, so now that I feel that I have most of the moisture out of my hair, I'm gonna put it into different sections to make it easier and keep everything nice and clean for round brushing. So first I'm gonna start with the top section of my hair, and I'm gonna make one section right down the middle as a mohawk section. And you wanna do this either wherever off of your part line is. So if you part down the middle, you wanna make it evenly through there. If you part on the side, tilt it more to the side, whatever way works best for your hair. I'm gonna do mine right down the middle. So taking a section on each side of kind of the recession line of my hair. And you'll know the width to do it based on the size of your round brush. My round brush is this wide, so I wanna make sure that my section is less wide than how my round brush is. That way hair isn't falling out of it and it's easy to control it. So I'm gonna clip this part out of the way. You wanna make sure that you get it neatly clipped away too, that way it's not in your way as you're working. So for the rest of my hair, I'm going to split it in half, right down the middle. That way you can keep your hair separated so it's not too overwhelming as you work. I'm gonna show you my sectioning first before I get going. My first section is gonna be from my ear, straight across back to the middle. So this is your first section down in the bottom. Your next two sections, you're gonna take this from about your temple, straight back again to the middle. So this area will be one section here, one section here. If you have more, you could do 1, 2, and 3, depending on how you like to work. Then the top, you're going to do one for this side, and then take this hair here, will get grouped together with this section from here. So this will become one in the back. You'll see it as I'm going to, and it will make sense. So now that I have my two sections separated, I'm gonna let this side down to create my first section here for round brushing. From the ear back to the middle. Comb that down. I'm gonna clip this up and away. So for this first side, I'm gonna grab all of the hair, put the round brush underneath, and you wanna have some tension on it. And I'm gonna pull it all the way to the ends, and then just roll it back in. And you can use your hands for this. You don't have to act like a pro, and you just wanna make sure that all of it is secure and tight so it's not going to slip out as you're round brushing. And then when we use our round brush, not on yet, I'm gonna have it blowing down the hair shaft. That way we're not creating any frizziness and everything is staying nice and smooth right onto the brush. But you don't wanna put your nozzle against the brush because it could get too hot. But we're still gonna be pointing it down. So I'm gonna let this cool for a second while I get my pin ready. And you just want a long clip like this. You could use Velcro rollers, you could use smaller pins, but this is just gonna be easiest to put it right in there and get it all in one. So I'm gonna let my section down, and you can see it already has some curl to it. And we're gonna take this, and you just wanna roll it up. So I'm grabbing these ends to make sure they stay tucked in. And you're gonna roll this up to the base of your head. You're gonna clip right in here where the hair touches the base of your head. And just let it go, and you're set. Now, I'm gonna keep working on this side to make it easier when I get back to this side so stuff isn't getting all tangled. So this one, like I said, again, about your temple, eyebrow kind of area, straight back. I'm gonna take this, section it out of the way so it doesn't get tangled, keeping everything separate. Clean sections is really important when you're working on a style like this, so nothing gets tangled in the wrong place, stays nice and clean, and will give you the best result. So now for these sections, I'm gonna gather these back again, brush it out, and we're gonna do from about the ear straight down. We're gonna start with this side section. Like before, I'm gonna lock the round brush in and pull it down towards the ends, and then just roll it back up. If hairs fall out like that, just reset it again. You wanna make sure it's tight so nothing's gonna fall out. So as I'm doing this, I'm just pulling on it kind of tight, pulling it out, and then rolling it back in. Pulling on it tightly and rolling it back in. As long as you're using a lot of tension, it should stay in the round brush. If it's slipping out, just pull on your hair a little harder. So like before, I'm gonna take this piece, grab it with your fingers there, and just roll it right up. Now the tighter that you make these curls, the more curl you're going to get. The looser and bigger you make these curls, the bigger volume that you're going to have. So now that I have these 3 base ones in, I'm actually going to switch back to this side. Now that I have everything all set, we're gonna do the top section. The top section is my favorite, the most important part to really get down, because you can do this top section of your hair even if you're not gonna set everything else on the bottom. You can do this top part of your hair first, set all of this, and then let everything else blow dry however you want it to. Blow dry it smooth with a flat iron, whatever you want to do. Now the thickening tonic is not only good for thickness, but it's also going to give you a lot of grip too. I talked earlier about the round brush, how it would give you need to make sure that it's really gripped in there tight at the ends and then rolled down. The thickening tonic is going to give you lots of help with that. So if you've got fine hair or slippery hair, this is a great product to use to give you a little bit of extra grip. So we're gonna roll this back down just like all the other sections. So for this last section, you really wanna make sure you over direct your hair as you're pulling it back down. This will give you extra lift to your hair and more styling options in the end. And make sure you get all of those little hairs in there. And now that everything is all set in place, we want to give it plenty of time to cool. Because right now everything is still warm and it's still hot. If we took it out now, it would lose a lot of the lift that we have to it. I would sit with this for at least 5 minutes, maybe 10, have breakfast, do your makeup, whatever you feel like doing, and let this sit for a while so it can hold your style. So now that everything has had time to set and cool, I'm going to take out all of the clips. And I'm just going to take them out one at a time, and then I will do all of the brushing in the end once everything is out. So there's going to be some curl to it too, since I used a little bit of a smaller round brush. If you don't want so much of the curl and you want to relax that a little bit, you could take it out before it's all the way cool to have some of that smoothed out and relaxed. So now that it's out, shake your fingers through it first so you don't forget any clips. I'm gonna go through everything, making sure there's nothing else in there, kind of separating it and blending everything back together since it's all been separated. So now that I'm liking the thickness I'm getting, I want to relax the curl just a little bit. So I'm gonna do just a little back brushing. I'm gonna pull this out and then slightly go underneath, just pushing a little bit of it back. Not too rough at all, just giving it a little bit of oomph. to it. Just adding a little bit of back brushing. And once I get everything the way that I want it to look, I'm gonna set it with some control force. This will help your style last you through the day. Perfect. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that your results of thickness turned out great. And we'll see you next time for more videos.